What's up, class? Evans here. Today we are going to assemble the train. You got all 9 parts made. We're putting this all together. I actually have it here in my notebook so I can make sure I don't miss any of the parts. I got that here next to me. And I'm going to open up my miniature train folder. I've got all my parts that I kind of color coordinated from the last video with blues and golds. You can pick whatever you want for that, or no coloring. If you want, just do try out a little bit of decoration. We're going to create a new part, same way that we've been labeling everything. Now, I'm not going to make anything in this part page. If you look down in the bottom left area, there are some tabs. It says Part Studio and Assembly. I want my assembly separate from everything. You actually have this assembly button in every single part, but I prefer my assemblies to be a separate part file. In order to bring in anything, you click the Insert button. So I'm going to go down to Insert and Other Documents. And I want to bring in the train body I worked on. It does this. And what it wants to do is, because it's bringing one part into another part, it wants you to create like a side version, basically. So I'm going to click version 1, create. I'm going to click on it, and it should bring it in here. Notice how it follows my mouse. I'm going to just click and place it for right now. I'm not going to place it anywhere particularly. I'm going to hit the check mark. I'm going to right click on this part, and I want to click Fix. Because as of right now, I can move this wherever I want. I want it not to move. I want it to be kind of like the anchor piece. So I've got this kind of anchored down wherever I've randomly put it. Now I'm going to bring in my other parts. Let me start with the wheels. Bring in a wheel, click that, hit create. And I've got 4 wheels. Okay. Now, there are a series of ways to connect parts together up here in the ribbon. The parts that I'm going to be focusing on are ones that have rotation to them. These are usually referred to as mates or flushes or inserts. Or there's a variety of different names that they attach to these. If you hover your mouse over here, there are different versions here. The one I want to use is a Revolute mate. So what this does is it takes 2 circular features and understands that they're together. In this case, like the wheels and the center of the wheels to the holes that we have on the side of the train. So I'm going to click Revolute Mate, and I'm going to click, I'm going to zoom in a lot with this stuff, so you're going to use that wheel on your mouse. I'm going to click there, get to the corner here, and put one of the wheels. I'm going to zoom in and make sure I get this circle here. Now, it moves it, but you need to inspect how it moves it. And for some reason, it moves it where it's inside the part. If you notice, it's kind of sitting weird there. So I'm going to click this flip button. So it puts it out like it should be. And then I'm going to click the green check mark. And I'm going to do the same thing for every single one of the wheels. Oh, did something weird on me. So notice how it did something weird there. I'm just going to delete that. Let's try that again. I must have clicked on something wrong. There we go. Now let's bring in the axle pegs. We should have 4 of those. Make sure you hit that green check mark and not like the X like I did several times. You can use the same thing, this Revolute mate. I'm going to zoom in real well to make sure that I'm getting the right part. I don't want to accidentally get the back of the wheel. As you can see, that's trying to get that inner ring right there. I want to get the front ring here. So make sure you zoom in real well so you get the right thing. And then same thing here. You want to zoom in really close to make sure you get the correct ring. Now, sometimes I've noticed it like moves the wheel over to you. It's not really doing that. You hit the check mark and it goes back. It's annoying that it does that. Again, it's putting it in the wrong direction. I'm going to hit the flip button and it works just fine. Let me show you what's happening with the wheel here, by the way. It can spin, but I can't pull it out or move it anywhere, but it's allowed to spin freely around those the same axes. So I'm going to fast forward here so you can you don't need to see me do this a bunch of times. So we've got all our pegs in. Looks like I accidentally put an extra one here. I'm just going to click on it and press delete. I'm going to double check all my wheels are spinning. Technically, these can spin inside of there too. Now I'm going to bring in the linkage arm. This one's going to have 2 things that I want to add to it. So I'm going to insert, hit the arrow, bring in my linkage arm, create a side version. And I should have 2 of those. Oh, I accidentally pressed escape. As you can see, all the parts are being built up here in the features window. In this case, I guess it's calling instance window. And then we've got all the different revolve mates that we added here. Now, remember, this connects to 2 wheels, so it's going to have 2 Revolute mates. And I'm going to add a third type of connection here after I put them both on, and I'll show you. So I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing before, Revolute mate. I'm going to get this part here and that part there. Make sure it's facing the right way. It is not. It always goes the wrong way. And then check mark. Okay, so now that is on one of the wheels, but I want it on both of the wheels, of course. So Revolute mate again is already selected. I'm going to come over here, click that. And this view cube is your friend to try and find stuff. There. Now this is weird. It brings the wheel down, which makes no sense to me. And it is facing the right way, but once I hit the check mark, it puts it back. So I don't know why it does it that way, but it is fine. So I'm going to hit the X here because we already added that. Now, if you notice, it sits a little weird. See how it's set crooked? It's easy for this sometimes to get a little twisted like you saw it originally was. To prevent that, one thing that will be happening is that this bar is always parallel to the ground. So there is a mate that does that. Let me find it here. I saw it a little bit ago. This might be it. Parallel mate. I'm going to click that the train bottom and this bottom surface is always parallel, and then I'm going to hit the check mark. And that will keep it from twisting again like it started off with. There we go. So now all we have to do is do the other side. Now I'm going to put in the pegs. There are 4 linkage pegs. So insert, linkage peg, create a side version. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check mark. Now we'll do the exact same thing. Revolve mate. I want to get that inner circle there. It looks like it's facing the right way. Now I kind of want to make them blue. Now let's put on the hitch magnet and hitch peg. So hitch magnet. And as you do this is where you're going to find out if you made any stuff wrong, because things won't fit right or the sizes are wrong. Hopefully, if you did have any of that, I caught it before we got to this moment. But if not, this is where we'll find out. I think I'll bring in the smokestack too. And the hitch peg. These are all the same type of inserts. Revolute mate. I want to get the very bottom of this thing. Uh-oh. Did I not do that one right? Let's delete that last one. I think I did something wrong on that one. Let's try that again. There we go. That looks good, I hope. Should be fine. All we have left is the cow catcher. So let's insert the last piece. There it's hiding. This one's going to take 2 inserts at a minimum. So we're gonna get like the top one there. To this top one. Make sure it's facing the right way. I think something happened wrong there. There we go. Okay, so I inserted one of those pegs, but there's 3 pegs, right? So I just need one more peg really to make this connect. So we'll get this to that. Oh, didn't like something. All right, let's try this one more time. There we go. Hopefully you don't have problems like I did. But if you do, you know I can help you. So that's it. This should be your parts. All the parts should be on here. Let me know when you're done. I'm going to check to make sure that all 9 parts are there and that your wheels can spin together and that none of your parts can be pulled out. And make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment about what your favorite train is. And bye.